Lights in heaven, and I will speak. Let the earth hear the words of my mouth. My doctrine drops like rain, my speech flows like dew, like winds that blow upon vegetation, like raindrops upon the grass. When I proclaim the name of God, ascribe greatness to our God. God, the rock, his retributive act is perfect. For all his ways are just. He is a reliable God without injustice. He is recognized as righteous, and it is proper to do so. Their corruption is their own doing, not his. His wayward children are responsible for their own flaw. They are a crooked and perverse generation. Is this how you repay God? You are a foolish people and unwise. Is he not your father who acquired you as his chosen people, settled you in your land, and equipped you with all that you need? With all that you need, he made you into a nation and established you. Recall the olden days, contemplate the years of the generation of Enosh and the generation of Noah. Ask your father, a prophet, and he will tell you about the future. Ask your elders, and they will recount to you the events of the past. When God the Supreme One gave the nations their inheritance after the flood, and when he divided the descendants of Adam after the Tower of Babel, he firmly established the boundaries of the peoples according to their number of the descendants of Israel. He did this because God's portion is his people. The descendants of Yaakov is the rope of his inheritance. He found them faithful in a desert land, in a desolate wasteland, filled with howling creatures. He surrounded them, he instructed them, he protected them like the pupil of his eye. As an eagle awakens its nest, hovering over its young, spreading its wings, when picking them up and carrying them on its pinions, God unassisted guided them, and there was no other deity who could contend with him. He made them ride on the highest place of the land, highest place on earth, in order that they might eat the quick ripening produce of its fields. He nurtured them with honey from figs grown in soil hard as rock, oil from olives grown in flint stone, cream from the milk of the herd, milk from the flock, the fat of fat lambs, fat rams, and from Bashan he-goats, and wheat kernels that were as fat as kidneys. You will drink fine, strong wine, the blood of the grape. But Yeshurun became fat and kicked rebelliously. You became fat, thick, and covered with fat. It forsook God who made it, and scorned the rock of its salvation. They provoked him to jealousy by worshipping foreign deities. They angered him with abominable acts. They sacrificed to demons of no utility, to a deity whom they had not known. New deities that came into the pantheon of deities only recently. Your fathers had neither feared them nor deified them. You have forgotten God, the rock who gave birth to you. You have forgotten God who brought you forth from the womb. When God saw this, he was disgusted because his sons and daughters had angered him. He said, I will hide my face from them, and I will see what their lot will then be in the end. For they are a generation that transforms my goodwill into anger. They are a children who act uneducated. They have made me jealous with a non-God. They have angered me with their vanities. I will make them jealous of their captors by making them subject to a non-people. Disreputable nation. I will anger them with a debased nation. For my wrath kindled a fire that will blaze in your midst to your very foundations. It will consume the land and its produce. It will set fire to the temple city, seemingly situated safely on mountains. I will heap evil upon them. I will use up all my figurative arrows on them, and they will grow hairy from hunger. And demons will attack them. The destruction caused by the demon Merari will befall them. I will set the teeth of cattle on them, along with the venom of serpents that crawl in the dust. Outside their cities, the sword of their enemies will destroy them, while the dread of their enemies that they feel in their hearts will kill them. The young man, the young girl, the nursing baby, and the old. I would have said, I will abandon them as completely as I have abandoned them to abandon the corners of their fields. I will erase their memory from humanity. Were it not that the anger of the enemy is pent up against them, and therefore I cannot annihilate them, lest their adversaries ascribe their victory to their own foreign deity, and lest they say, the power of our hand is supreme, and it is not God who has done all this. For these enemies are a bewildered nation, and they will possess no understanding. Were they wise, they would understand this. They would understand the reason behind all that the fault befell Israel in their end. They should have asked, how could one of us pursue 1,000 of them, and 2 of us cause 10,000 of them to flee? Were it not that God their rock sold them, and that God handed them over to us? Moses said they should have understood that their rock is not like our God, yet now our enemies judge us. I would have done this to Israel, since their vine is the vine of Sodom, and their deeds are from the field of Gomorrah. Their grapes are the grapes of bitterness, and therefore their clusters from which they squeeze wine deserve to be bitter. Their wine is like the venom of dragons, like the cruel poisonous venom of snakes. It is not all that they do stored away with me? Is it not all sealed in my memory storehouses? I have many means by which to avenge them, and I will use these means to repay them when their foot falters, for the day of their calamity is nearby, and their destiny will come upon them quickly. Moses said, after God will have chastised his people, he will relent of his anger towards his servants, when he sees that the strength of their enemies is growing, and that no one among his people is being saved, either by a ruler or by one who strengthens them. He will say, where are their false deities that they served, or the rock in whom they trusted for protection, who ate the fat of their sacrifices and drank the wine of their libations? Let these deities arise and help you. Let that rock be your protection. See now that it is I who raises up, and I who cuts down, and there is no deity on par with me. I kill and I bring to life, I strike and I heal, and no one can deliver those who rebel against me from my hand. For I raise my hand to heaven to swear, and say, as surely as I live forever, so do I swear that I will sharpen the blade of my sword, so that it glistens like lightning, and my hand will take hold of my attribute of judgment. I will execute vengeance on my adversaries, and repay those nations who cause others to hate me by denying me. I will make my arrows drunk with the blood of the enemy. My sword will devour their flesh, in order to avenge the blood of the slain and captive Israel, beginning from the first breach that the enemy made in your security. Nations praise God regarding his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants. He will take vengeance on his adversaries and appease his land by appeasing his people for their suffering. Moses came and spoke all the words of this poem to the people, so that the people could hear it, together with Hoshea son of Nun. Moses finished speaking all these words to all Israel, and said to them, pay close attention to all the words that which I am warning you this day, in order that you be inspired to command your children to safeguard the Torah's teachings by studying them diligently, in order to properly do all that is contained in the words of this Torah. For it is not an unrewarding pursuit for you, rather it is your very life, And by means of this thing you will lengthen your days upon the land into which you are crossing over the Jordan River to possess. God spoke to Moses on that very day, saying, Ascend this mountain of the passes, Mount Nebo, which is in Moab, facing Jericho, and behold Canaan, which I am giving to the Israelites as possession. And die on the mountain that you are climbing, and be gathered to your people, exactly as your brother Aharon died and was gathered to his people on Mount Hor. Because you led the people to betray me in the midst of all the Israelites in the incident of the water of contention in Kadesh, in the desert of Zin. Because you did not sanctify me in the midst of the Israelites. Look at the land, for I will allow you only to see the land from afar. You will not enter there to the land I am giving to the Israelites.